Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field for the new season in soccer. It's the playoffs. Lynn English, the number one seed, 14-0-2. Northeastern Conference champions for the first time in umpteen years. In the tournament for the first time in a long time. And these kids have really paid a price, especially these seniors who've been playing in this program for 4 years. And for 4 years, they were eliminated early, didn't get to play any meaningful games. And all that hard work went for naught virtually every year. And now they look and say, you know what? All that work paid off. And it's great. And they're taking on Andover, the number 16 seed. Andover's already played a tournament game. They had a opening round game. This is the first round. They had a opening round game against Haverhill. They won that one. They're from the Merrimack Valley League, so it's Merrimack Valley against Northeastern Conference. Andover's 9-7-3. And I talked to Kerry King before the game, and I said, win or lose before the game. Obviously, I'm rooting for English to win. But win or lose, all the kids and the coach, both coaches, should walk out with their heads extremely high. They have worked very hard. They put a lot of time and effort in during the summer. And they took on good teams. I mean, they had to play Danvers and Peabody and Beverly. It wasn't Medford, Malden, and Somerville. He came up with freshman goaltender Jack Mancanello, who has played extremely well, has been outstanding. Chris Lazo has been a big part of the English success. And of course, Kerry King and Coach Papa Giorgio have done an outstanding job with the kids. They knock it deep. Andover's there to collect. And they lost it out of play. He really had nobody to give the ball back to because the Andover player was way out in front. I mentioned Mancanello in net. Joe Atwood is in net for Andover. This is Lazo pushing it up. English had to wait a little bit for this game. They finished their season and Andover takes it away. Blocked right onto the foot of Lazo. Trying to knock it deep. Andover knocks it deep the other way. Trying to knock it deep, Andover knocks it away. Coming down the far side. They get it to the middle. They knock it to the far side. Andover's going to have a shot. They missed the far post. A couple of really nice passes. Set up a scoring opportunity, the first of the game. Mancanello had to come over to the near side to try and cut down the angle. And it was Zoa Silva Landry, one of the captains, who ripped the shot and just pushed it past the far post. Andover battling. English takes it away. They tip it ahead. Trying to knock it deep. Andover's there to knock it back the other way. And they try to knock it deep. Anthony Previtt, his pass went way too far and out of bounds. And they had to wait for the ball to come back. Now it goes out off English. Silva Landry is going to take the corner kick from the near side. Kicks it deep. They got a head on it, and they got a foot on it. Andover got a head, popped it up in front of the net, then they got a foot on it, knocked it over the net, and Mancanello boots it away. Tipped up. They knock it deep. Andover gets there first and knocks it out of play. And he knocked it way out of play. They might have knocked that one over to Fraser Field. They knock it to the far side. Blocked and taken away by Andover. And they push it way ahead and pushed it too far. Boswell is there. English heads it away. Knocked deep by Andover, looking to get there. Mancanello gets there first and gets a foot on it. Two defenders were there. Andover was going to go right between the two of them, maybe get a shot off. Mancanello came out and got a foot on it and knocked it away. English swung and missed on the ball. Now they're trying to keep Andover away. And it went out. And they're calling it off English. English wasn't trying to get the ball. They were trying to keep Andover away so it would go out and they'd kick it away. Instead, Andover was going to get a corner kick. Again, coming from the near side. They had an opportunity. Didn't get a real good shot, but had a chance for a goal off the corner kick. They kick it deep again. They got a foot on it, and English blocked out in front and knocked it away. So far, it's been all Andover. Now they try to center it. English blocked it. He blocked it into an English player. They lost it, and they blocked the shot. They almost gave a good scoring opportunity away. Now they knock it deep, wide to the left and out of play. So Andover putting an awful lot of pressure on English. We got a pretty good crowd here. At probably around 2 o'clock, 2:30, you were probably going to get nobody here at this game because it was pouring out. And it was still raining around 3:30, but it wasn't raining that hard. And now it's stopped right around 4:30. The rain kind of stopped and it's gone. Goalie on, broken up. They try to knock it deep. Andover knocks it back the other way. And they blocked by English. Lazo tips it ahead. And Andover knocks it out. Ailman with the throw-in. He missed it. Andover knocks it deep. Boswell knocks it back. Nice little shake and bake move by Empodia. That one hits off the back of Silva Landry and goes out of play. Ailman with the throw-in. Bounced over the foot of Lazo. They tip it, and they tip it too far. It's going to go out of play. Lolo popped it up in the air. English looking to knock it deep. Andover's there to knock it back the other way. They hit it toward the net. Mancanello will come out and play it. And he'll kick it away. Now he doesn't kick it. He throws it up to Aylman. Crowley gets it to the middle. They try to knock it deep. Andover takes it away. English takes it back. Nice draw by Lazo. Trying to knock it to the far side. Andover knocks it deep to the English end. Boswell hustling back and knocks it out of play. This is Division I North, opening round tournament game. We start the season all over again. Throw out the records. English lost it. They get it back. Off Coriolan. He blocked it off Andover and got it back. Tipped it to the middle. Trying to walk in, looking for a shot. Back to Coriolan. Can't get the shot off. Andover blocks it. It goes out. English will get a corner kick. That's their deepest penetration, holding on to the ball and looking for a shot on Joe Atwood, the Andover goalie. Andover pops it straight up in the air. Lazo tips it. They pop it toward the net. Atwood came out, had it, dropped it, and might have been Aylman right in front. And it wasn't Aylman, I think it was Joseph. And I have to correct myself again. It was Cabral that was trying to reach behind Atwood, who momentarily bobbled it, dropped it, but then picked it up again quickly. "15 minutes in to this first round game as English gets knocked out. English will get the free kick. I'm not sure why the official is going over to talking to Kerry King. And he said something to Jim Salfrank also. I'm not sure what that was all about. English moved the ball way down inside the 45. Andover was saying it should have been way back. And they're going to push it way back. And he's still getting about a 5-yard advantage. He got knocked out at the 45. They put it at midfield. Aylman with it. Trying to get to Lazo, blocked. Lazo knocked it off Andover. Pop to the near side. Headed away by Andover. And he popped it to the near side. English knocks it back in the Andover end. English got knocked down. They were looking for a call, but they don't get it. Now the ball goes way out of play. Off Andover. Off Andover again. Again, talking to Kerry King before the game, he was saying that he thought Andover was a lot more aggressive, a little bit bigger and a little more aggressive than English, and not afraid to use their bodies. And now they bumped into one of the English players there trying to get position, and they give English a free kick from inside the 30. Now they're going to put it just outside the 30. They're going to push it all the way back to the 35. Now they're pushing it even back further. Well, you got knocked out about 10 yards further downfield. They put the ball at the 40-yard line. Atwood comes out, makes the basket catch right about chest high. and he'll kick it away. Booms that one deep. Andover collects. They try to tip it deep, broken up. Silver Landry jumped over it. Now it's loose. Andover winds up with it. The shot, Mancanello makes the save. Andover won contact. Mancanello was in the right place at the right time then. They moved it around a couple of times. It was Alan Gale with that shot right on Mancanello. Andover pushes it down deep. Zola with the defense. Andover trying to slide it in front. All Silver Landry could do was just get a foot on it and tap it. And it wound up going out of play, and now it goes out off English. Andover holds on. Shot partially deflected, so it slowed down, and Mancanello was able to play it on a hop. Now, he tried to throw it upfield. Andover stepped in front, but they knocked it out of play. Battling going on. They're going to get Andover for the contact. English will get the free kick. English keeps it in. Trying to knock it deep. Andover's there to knock it back. Bodies go down with no call. Andover pushing it up the far side. They knock it deep. English pushes him back and pushes him back even further. They were trying to throw it out in front. English wouldn't let him. Now English back checking takes it away. Also with a rush. Takes the shot, it got blocked. Made a couple of moves. Possibility of a shot. He ripped it off. I think it was Anthony Previtt who made the save. The block, I should say. Also knocked it right into him. Blocked, Andover clears it away. Shot hopped off Joseph. Andover breaks it up. Starts it back the other way. They knock it deep. Can they get there and keep it in? They can. And they take the shot. Mancanello makes the save. Great hustle to keep that ball in. They tipped it back. They let a rocket go. I think that was Ethan Asili. Now, Andover's going to get a free kick. Just inside the 25-yard line. And they knock it wide. It looked awful good going to the net, and then it just hooked wide right and out of play. Mancanello will kick it away. English trying to knock it deep. Andover was there to knock it away. Manganiello came way out of the net. They pop it toward the net, and it goes wide right. Manganiello came all the way to the near sideline, outside the end zone, almost to the 5-yard line. And they lobbed the shot up, and lucky for English, it missed the net and went wide to the far side. So Andover's had the only scoring opportunity so far, but it's still 0-0. Boy, it sure it looked like Andover was offside. That gets popped up out of play. Andover's going to get a corner kick. Now they're not. I thought that's what they signaled, but substitution for Andover, but it's going to be off Andover. Initially, I thought they said it was off English. So Manganiello will kick it away. English trying to control. They get around, and then Andover knocks the English player down. They knock Barrios down. English will get another free kick. Boswell's going to take it. He pooched it up. English gets it to the middle. Andover knocks it away. He knocked it too far. Pass too far out in front of Ailman. And Andover knocks it out. They get it to the middle. Trying to knock it deep. Knocked away. If Cabral could have got the shot off, great save by Atwood. Atwood was way out of the net. They couldn't get the initial shot off. Cabral made a nice little shift. He ripped it, and Atwood made a tremendous save. That was in the net, no question, by Cabral. And Atwood just dove and blocked it, and they wind up with a corner kick. Now they let it go. And now it'll be a throw-in rather than a corner kick. What a tremendous save by Joe Atwood off a rocket by Bruno Cabral. Cabral, if you could have got the first shot off, Atwood was out of the net, and the net was wide open. But Cabral had to shift around one player, and shifting around that one player helped Atwood to get a little closer to the net, and he dove and made that great save. English with another corner kick coming from the far side. Line drive headed away by Andover. And they pop it up in front. Loose. English trying to get a foot on it. They swung and missed. Barrios has it taken away. Andover kept it in. It skips past. Andover picks up the loose ball. They knock it deep. Manganiello again coming way out of the net. And he's still way out of the net. He left it wide open. So that even from long range, Andover could have got a shot on net. They knock it deep, Atwood will play it easily. The winner of this will move into the quarterfinals. The loser, the players will get ready for basketball or hockey or winter track. Or none of those, they'll be looking to get a job to try and earn some money for college. Andover heads it away. It bounced right over the foot of Cabral, but before he could turn around and get it, Andover cleared it away. It skipped past, again, Mancanella way out of the net. And they got a big break when that ball just rolled by, and there was no white shirts around to try and push it into the open net. You like to have your goalie active, but you don't want him too active. Blocked upfield by English. Andover takes it right back. They break it up. Cabral winds up with it. Nice little shift to get around one. Then Andover breaks it up. English looking to let it go out. And they'll get the throw in. Out off Andover again. Now they call it off English. Andover was backing up like English was going to get the throw in. Right in front of the Andover bench, they throw it in. Andover collects. English takes it away. Pop it up, trying to go deep. Cabral winds up with it. Shot got blocked out. English will get a corner kick. Good hustle again by Bruno Cabral. He was stuck between two defenders. Couldn't get a real good shot off. Tried it anyway. It got blocked. And it winds up with a corner kick for the Bulldogs. 10 minutes and counting left in a scoreless first half. Line drive headed away by Andover. English will get the throw in. As it went out on the far side. Andover knocks it deep. English knocks it back. They pop it toward the net. Stays wide right and out of play. And Atwood will kick it away. Boots it past midfield. English knocks it ahead. Lazo got a foot on it but couldn't hold on. It got taken away by Previtt. English knocking it deep. Andover knocks it back the other way, knocks it out of play. Right between the Andover English benches. They tip it to the middle. English got knocked down. The player is still down. He's up now. That's going to go out. English will get the throw in. Off. That actually went off Emerald, but they're calling it off English. They pop it up. That defense for Andover, they're just sitting back. They're not worried about scoring. They're worried about keeping English off the board. They just play back and play the ball, and they've done it very nicely. I don't know if they're saying Lazo got a piece of that with his hand or his arm. Looked like he just went high in the air, tipped it by the defender, was going to go get it, and they blew the whistle and give Andover a free kick. I thought it was a very nice play by Lazo. They try to center it. Boswell was there to knock it away, and it winds up going out of play. They got a head on that throw-in and tipped it over the net. They've had a lot of almost. English has had one. Andover's had several. And they've kind of kept it in the English end most of this half. They knock it deep. Corleone. Cabral hustles and takes it away. Shot. Missed the net. Great hustle by Cabral. Kept it in. Corleone just missed the far post. Good hard work by Cabral to keep it alive and make the pass. And Corleone just missed the far post. Five minutes and counting, and now the clock virtually gets shut off. The time will be kept by the official down on the field. But Cabral worked hard, getting bumped off the play by a defender. Cabral stepped in, took it away, made the nice pass, and Corleone was just in a little too deep to have a real good look at that far post and just missed it. English knocks it away off Lazo's foot. Andover pushes it up. They knock it deep. Tipped all the way back to Boswell. His shot bounces off the leg. Here's Cabral again getting involved. Took it away. He tipped it ahead, broke it up. They get it back. Cabral down the far side. Keeps it alive. English trying to pop it to the net, headed away by Andover. Andover knocks it deep. And they couldn't keep it in. Closing couple of minutes of this scoreless first half. Both teams have come very close. Andover has had a couple of near misses. Mancanello made a couple of saves. They missed the far post and tipped it over the net a couple of times. English's two real chances, Cabral with a blister that Atwood made a tremendous save on. And then Cabral got involved again, keeping the ball alive and getting it to Coriolan, who was just a little too deep and missed the far post. That would have been a huge goal with time winding down in the half. Substitution for Andover. They tip it by. Andover knocks it deep, trying to keep it in. They knock it right out in front of the net. That's a great centering pass. Mancanello picked it off. Andover keeps it in. Looking for a shot. It gets blocked. Diving and blocking it was Robin Barrios. Andover coming back. They knock it deep. Mancanello will go get it. High boot to midfield. Andover knocks it back in the English end. Barrios knocks it down. Picked off. And then it's knocked out. Andover takes it away. They take the shot, hits up on top of the net. People got excited because the net moved, but it got moved because they hit the top, up top of the net, over the top crossbar, bounced and went out of play. He was trying to knock it deep, and Cabral couldn't keep it in. Off a couple of heads. Boswell heads it away. Andover looking for it. Popped up in the air to the far side, having to track it down. Walking in, centering it, and they score. The pass came right across. It skipped past everybody. That's a tough goal to give up. Silver Landry with the goal. They went by a few people. They sent it out in front. The ball slipped right past everybody. And with the left foot, Silver Landry had half the net to knock it in. And that comes with very little time left in this first half. That's a huge goal. And that was with like maybe under a minute left. Andover gets excited because they take a 1-0 lead. They went battling back and forth. They had a lot of good chances. Mancanello made a couple of big saves. Atwood on the other side made a huge save against Cabral. And then that little pass out in front just slipped right by everybody. And as it rolled across, Silver Landry was right there. And all he had to do was just touch it with the left foot and knock it in the open net because Mancanello was over to the far post, which is where the pass was coming from. So Andover gets a big goal with under a minute left. And at halftime, it's Andover 1, English nothing. Welcome back to Manning Field as we start the second half. And assuming it ends in regulation, this is the last 40 minutes of soccer for one of these two teams. And right now, Andover has a 1-goal lead. They scored with under a minute left in the first half. It was, after all the tough shots, hard shots, it was a little pass from the far side that slipped by everybody out in front. And Zoa Silva Landry was out in front and got his left foot on it and just pushed it into the open net as it goes out of play. English had really two chances. Cabral had a rocket from just inside the 15-yard line. And Atwood, who was out of the net, came back and made a tremendous catch, hustling back to the net, and just reached over and got a piece and knocked it out of play. And the other one Cabral got involved in, Corleone was bumped off the play by a defender, but Cabral picked up the loose ball, made a nice pass back to Corleone, but he was just a little too deep. And his shot went wide of the far post, not by much. He didn't have a real good angle to shoot at, and that cost him dearly. We'll be back here tomorrow for Lynn Classical. They're the number 2 seed in Division 2. Mancanello knocked it away. Open net. They got a couple of feet on it, and they're going to call a contact, and they knocked that English player down, and he's still down. And the trainers are coming out to hustle. The player getting knocked down was Alberto Ampudia out in front of the net. And again, Ando was awful close. They got a couple head, a foot, trying to tip it. Mancanello got a hand on it but couldn't hold on to it. Lima got deflected away. Boswa knocks it upfield. Andover trying to keep it in. Lima trying to battle and pick it off. Mancanello gives it back. And they try to knock it deep, and it goes into the Andover bench area. There's a pretty good crowd here tonight, considering that we had very hard rain all day. They couldn't get a lot on it. They got a foot on it, just kind of trickled it toward the net. Off the foot of Gress. Now they shoot it way wide. Mancanello will get to kick it away. Andover keeping it in the English end. Boswa tips it and wound up going off Espinoza. The throw-in wound up right in front of the net. They had a chance for a scoring opportunity. They throw it up in front again. Boswa knocked up. Lima has it knocked away. Solo blocked it. Andover trying to knock it deep. Mancanello will play it at the side of the net and kick it away. Now he throws it upfield. And Andover's going to get a call for running over Lima. English finally has it in the Andover end. And we got two players got knocked down. They call it against English, and Andover will get to kick it away. Kick a ground ball, but they wind up with it in English end. And Silver Landry anticipated his teammate breaking to the net. He threw the pass, and there was nobody there to get it. We played 6 minutes so far, and Andover has not let English get out of their end. Headed away by Espinosa, and they knock it in the net. Silver Landry again. They threw it out in front. Espinosa headed it away, and it went right on the foot. Landry was Zoa on the right spot again. He was right there in front. Mancanello had no chance. They knock it in, and it's 2-0 Andover. And again, the majority of fans here are Andover fans. That pressure finally paid off. English couldn't get the ball out of their own end. And Andover still putting the pressure on. Lima tips it to the middle. They pop it up. Lima looking for it. Back checking takes it away. They knocked it deep. And it went out off Oppen. Pasqua hits this a mile in the air. Everybody missed the header. Andover knocks it away and knocks it out of play into the Andover bench area. Andover knocks it away again. English just can't get started. They try to knock it deep. Lima trying to get there. Andover hustles and knocks it away. I think that was Cameron Riley. Again, it's hard to pick up the Andover numbers. They knock it deep. They got a break. Andover fans are not happy. They call them offside. Great long pass, breaking by. Looked like he was going to walk in alone, and they blew the whistle. Espinosa will take the kick. Headed away a couple of times. Lima got a head on it. And then they call Lima for getting a hand on it as well. Andover get the free kick. English just can't get going here the second half. That slips by. But English is back there to clear it away. They call Andover for knocking English down. English will get the free kick. Espinosa will take it again. English trying to keep it in. Andover picks it off and knocks it away. trying to knock it deep. Espinosa was back there. He gives it back to Mancanello. He almost gave it away. He was going to give it back to Espinosa, and he actually knocked it off Gress. And now they almost scored again. All Andover here in the first 10 minutes. They made that hole a little deeper for English. It was 1-0 at halftime. Now they come out, get a quick goal, and now it's a 2-0 deficit. English has to overcome. Barrios knocks it deep. Headed away, English player got crunched. Up around the head area, he's still down. English almost walked in. English player is still down at the 45-yard line. Everybody went up looking to get a head on it, and the only head was banging heads with Andover, and the English player is down. They threw the ball in, but they're waiting for the player to get off the field. That was Cabral. That's a big loss taken off the field. He's been playing outstanding for English. He had the one real good scoring opportunities they had. Now they'll get a corner kick from the near side. And they have to start taking advantage of these opportunities. They haven't had many here in this first 12 minutes. It skipped right past everybody. There were a couple of players try to get their head on it. Nobody could touch it. It goes out. And Andover will get to kick it away. Atwood will do the honors. Whichever sport it is, Merrimack Valley usually represents themselves very well. And the league certainly gets you ready for tournament play, whether it's football or basketball or baseball. English is saying Andover knocked it out. The referee is saying English knocked it out. Andover's going to get a corner kick. That might have been Oppen battling two defenders trying to get the long pass. Headed away by English. Lima trying to knock it to the far side. Deflected away by Andover, and they'll let it go out of play. English will get the throw in. Now they're calling it touched by Andover, so English will get a free kick. I thought it just got deflected out, but they deflected with their hand or arm. Andover heads it away and boots it away. Knocking it down the far side. English trying to throw it in front. It's deflected away by the defense. And then the defense knocks it out of play. English can't keep it in. Now they do. They try a little give and go. Andover breaks it up. English gets a foot on it. Andover picks it off. English gets it back. Espinosa looking for it. Finally gets a foot on it, but Andover takes it away and knocks it out of play. That bounced up. Now we're going to have a do-over. I don't know what that was for. I didn't see a sub come in. Espinosa with the throw-in. Andover pops it straight up in the air. They got a head on it. Andover picks off the pass. And English knocks it into the Andover bench area. Boswell tips it ahead. Lima tips it back to Espinosa. They knock it deep, looking for Lazo breaking. Andover picks off the pass. Lima's pass deflected away. Andover coming back down the far side. They get by, trying to throw it in front. Espinosa knocks it away. Shot from long range goes wide left, wide right. We mentioned Andover, the number 16 seed. They knocked off the number 17 seed, Haverhill, to get here tonight. So that wasn't really what you'd call an upset. Andover knocks it deep and knocks it out of play. Andover broken up. Robles broke up the play. English tips it ahead. Andover blocked it. English gets it back. And here's that defense again, hanging back and just breaking up the play. Baswa to Lima. Lima trying to sneak through a couple of players, and they're going to call. Lima saying, we don't want the free kick. I was going downfield with the ball. I was going to make a play. And they called the contact after he got loose and was up in front. Espinosa boots it away. Andover blocks it. And they knock it deep. English can't keep it in. With the 4 high schools, we had 4 of the 8 teams make the tournament. English, the number 1 seed, home. Classical will be a number 2 seed in Division 2, home tomorrow night. Tech boys are on the road, and the Classical girls are on the road. As Boswell gets there first and knocks it away. Mark Hune was trying to beat Boswell to the ball. Andover again, putting pressure on. So we're just a few seconds, 16 seconds past the halfway mark of the second half. Andover's added a goal to their lead. They led 1-0 at halftime. Right now, with just about a half left, Andover has pushed it. They lead it now 2-0. So the coaches have conversed with the two teams on the sideline. English has got to get a little giddy up in their step. They've had one real good scoring opportunity, and this second half has been spent virtually in the English end. English having a lot of trouble getting any offense going. They had that one solid play by Cabral that Atwood made a tremendous save on. And that could have made all the difference in the world, because that would have been English up 1-0. And probably would have changed the outlook of the game for both teams. And then on a little slight pass that just drifted by out in front through 3 or 4 defenders with Silver Landry all by himself all in front of the net. Andover got the momentum going to the locker room. They scored with under a minute left. Then they come out very quickly, and Silver Landry got his second. And that's where we are, 2-0, as English kick is blocked, or slices away, I should say, and it goes out of play. Awful lot of Andover fans here. The one Andover fan I did not see, I don't know if he's here or not, was a former very good athlete at St. Mary's. Former teammate of mine in softball, Joe Arabino, coaches the Andover Legion team. I think he still does that. He's still involved with the basketball team, I think. Joe was the first baseman. Tommy Arabino was the second baseman when we played with all those great players, Carey, Nicosia, Papagelis, George Aganis, Billy Devon Sr. They take the shot, they got too much foot. They drilled it, and it went high, wide to the left and way out of play. And that was Alan Gale. This is a senior-laden team. They got 11 seniors on this Andover team. And English player gets knocked down. And the clock will stop. And the trainer will come out again. That's Lima that's down. Division 1 North. Opening round. Yeah. Division North 1. Opening round. Bunch of bodies over there in that corner. Winds up going out. Andover. We'll get the throw in. And it's getting late for the Bulldogs, as we're coming up on 15 minutes left into the English bench area. English would like to get one, so like the last few minutes meaningful. Andover looking for a break. They knock it up. They knock it ahead. Mancanello comes out and gets there before Gress could. They had 2-on-1. They threw it across to Gress, was a little bit behind him. They didn't lead him with the pass, and he had to wait for it a little bit. That allowed Mancanello to come out and get it. And now it's Gress knocking Lazo down. Espinosa will take the kick. And Andover knocks it deep again. Boswell's back there knocking it ahead. And who's going to get called? Andover and English are both combining, and now the English player goes down. They called it against Andover. The player's going on as Andover knocks it out of play, and then we'll get a whistle, and the trainer will have to come out once again as we got an English player down, back upfield. Let's hope the young man's okay. They had two of his teammates carry him out to the sideline. He's being looked at by the trainer over there, laid down. I didn't get his number. It sails right in front, goes by. It was going beyond the net. Atwood went, grabbed it. He'll kick it away. I think this is his first kick in the second half. Gress looking for it. Broken up by Barrios. Looking for Lazo. It deflects off Andover. They knock it to the far side. Trying to tip it. Andover hustles. Breaks it up. English knocks it deep. Trying to center it. English got a foot on it. They got it out in front and tipped it wide. I think that's Cabral again. And we got another player down. Another English player down. They threw the pass across. Now the player is up, so he's okay. Good to see. They made a nice play out in front. Cabral had a shot at it, and all I could do was stick his foot out, and when he did, he tipped it wide and high over everything. And he couldn't keep it in, went out off Andover. Andover is just a little bit out-muscling English. So when there's two players together, they're letting them have a little contact. And when that contact, Andover is winning those battles. Gress knocks it deep. Andover kept it in, but English picks it off. And Andover takes it away. Broken up. Andover gets a foot on that long pass. And they bring it back the other way. Slips past everybody. English will track it down. They try to knock it deep. Atwood will come out and play it. And he kind of holds on until an English player comes to get it. And then he makes sure he falls down on it. just to run some time. High booming kick past midfield. Gets it back in the English end. Crest trying to knock it deep. Andover's there to collect. Trying to slide it and go around, and they lost it, and it went out of play. We get substitutions for both teams as we get 10 minutes and counting left. Regulation and the season for one of these two teams, and right now Andover has all Mr. Momentum on their side. They lead it 2-0. All the fans are going through a big cheer down over there for Andover, spelling out Andover. It's surprising. You would almost think this was a home game for Andover. It went out. And we got 9 minutes and counting left. Headed back away. And it's right back in the English end. Andover tried to save it. It went out first. They thought they saved it, and English knocked it out, but it went off Andover. Now it goes off Andover again. Deflected. And Andover content to just kick it away and keep English away from their net. The clock is now the enemy for the Bulldogs. Cabral broken up. Nice job by Zolo breaking it up, but then Andover gets it back. Pass too far ahead. It tipped loose. English gets knocked down. This is almost a must situation for English. They get a free kick from the 20-yard line. They almost have to knock this one home as we're coming up on 7 minutes left. Andover is setting up 2 feet in front of the free kick. That's not going to stay. They move it back. They're at the 20. They move it back to the 25. Still, they can get it to the net. They line drive it. Atwood makes the save, but it goes in the net. Lazo gets the goal. English has a pulse. Line shot by Lazo. Atwood looked like he made the save. Looked like it went over his shoulder just inside the near post. And English gets a little momentum. And they've got a pulse. 7:21 left. It's 2-1 Andover. So it quieted the Andover fans, at least for a moment. That's English's second shot on net. They knock it deep. Boswell gets there first and knocks it away. It was Gress, I think it was Oppen, who were bearing down looking for it. Boswell stepped between them and knocked it out of play. Boswell stepped in front of that pass, popped it up, out of play again. I don't know who's throwing the ball in because they don't have a number 5 on their roster. Boswell got a foot on it again. Popped up, it's loose, trying to get a shot. English finally kicks it out of harm's way. English trying to take it away. Andover gets it back. They knock it deep. And Andover knocks it off English, but they get it back. Boswell knocks it away and out of play. That one skipped by everybody. A little bumping and banging going on. Nobody touched the ball. English has to hurry. We're down to the final 5 minutes, and they need a goal. Clock now managed by the officials down the field as they shut it off with 5 minutes left. I don't know why they do that. Basketball, football, hockey. You see the scoreboard. The coaches know. The fans know how much time is left. Players on the field know. And this is the only sport I know where they shut the clock off and nobody knows how much time is left except the one official who's keeping the time the last 5 minutes. English pops it up. Andover pops it out a little further. English got a head on it. And Andover does what they want to do, knock it deep and get it in the English end. Mancanello taking a little bit of time. He doesn't want to take that much time. And the ball's going to go out of play. Time is of the essence for English. Time is running out in this season. They trail 2-1. Looking for a break. Cutting it to the middle. Taking the shot. Mancanello made the save. Good bid by Evan Oppen. He cut across, got wide open inside the 20. Let it rip. Mancanello made a nice save. Out off Andover. Espinoza with the throw-in. Andover knocks it away. Espinoza heads it up. Andover picked off the pass. And they're walking in. If they got the pass, they've got numbers now. Gress trying to walk in. Great play by Boswell. He just took it away. They had big numbers. Now Andover slides, makes the play, but they got a piece of it with their hand. Then we got an English player down. And he's very slow getting up, and they're going to bring everybody up. They replaced Mancanello. He's not in the goal. He's on the sideline now. They've got all 11 players up as they rip it out in front, headed away by Andover. Baswa looking to tie it up, got too much foot, drilled it high, wide, and off to the right. Sliced it well right. And Mancanello comes back on the field. Closing moments in this Division I North opening round game. The winner goes to the quarterfinals. The loser packs it in. That would take a lot of time. Finally drills it out toward midfield. Andover knocks it deep to the English end. Walking around, walking in, taking a shot and knocking it in. Evan Oppen with a great play. And that's going to do it. Oppen made a great play. He went around the defender, down the near side, cut back just as he got toward the net. Mancanello come out to cut down the angle, and he knocked it inside the far post. And Andover is going to move on to the quarterfinals. And English will have their first loss of the year. They played hard, they played well. Andover took advantage. They controlled the game territorial-wise. They didn't let English get really anything going offensively. Atwood made one great save. Lazo knocked in that free kick off the goalie that gave English a little bit of a life. And now Andover content to just knock it into the English end as we run out the clock here. But give credit to Andover. They come in as the number 16 seed and underdog, playing at the home field of a team that hasn't lost a game all year. The number 1 seed in Division I North. And Andover just outplayed them. There was no other way to put it. With time winding down, Kerry King and Coach Papp did an outstanding with this Bulldog team. These seniors that are out there, I'm looking at Corkfor and Zolo and Juarez and Baswar and Espinoza and Wachukwa, Joseph. Those are young men who worked their way up. They were on the short end of a lot of scores playing for English the last 4 years. English made the tournament for the first time. They won the league for the first time in a very long time. I think it was like 30 years. And they made the tournament now here for the first time in probably 8 or 9 years. So the hard work that these seniors put in and the rest of the team this year paid off because they had a tremendous season. This is going to hurt. You can see the English Bulldog players flat on the turf. They're losing for the first time, watching Andover celebrate. But all of these Bulldog players, and I said this to Kerry King before the game started, should walk out of here with their heads held high. They represented the school, their city, their coaches themselves, their parents, their family, extremely, extremely well. They were gentlemen. They played hard. They played clean. They made a name for themselves. We wish nothing but the best for the seniors Congratulations to Kerry King, who was the coach of the year in the Northeastern Conference. Well deserved. Mancanello down. He had a great year. His first year as the goaltender as a freshman. The English players gave it everything they had. They ran into a very tough Andover Merrimack Valley team. And the number 16 team is going to knock off the number 1 team, and English will lose for the first time. So Andover will pick up their 10th win. They go 10-7-3. English will finish 14-1-2, but can't take away the tournament qualification that they haven't had in a long time. Can't take away the Northeast Conference championship that they haven't had for a long time. All these kids did a tremendous job. They should be very happy about their effort, their season, and one game should not make or break this Bulldog team. The coaches, the team did a great job. Don't let one game ruin it, even though it is the tournament, and I know it hurts. Andover 3, Lynn English 1. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.